Good morning, all.
Good morning.
How was your last week? Last week we had a discussion on about the content part of the speech and how to prepare you for your speech and everything. And I believe Toastmaster Madhu's icebreaker speech was so good on that day. Yeah, because the way you started and way you finished, it was amazing. And previous week we had a session on table topic, and after that Rajesh did the table topic master role exceedingly well. And now today we will be witnessing what changes Pradeep got in his speech now when we are listening to him, like after the 3 weeks time what we spent together. So today, as we discussed earlier, we wish to plan for two things. One is about the navigating through Toastmasters Portal. Second is about the Master of Ceremony role. Okay, so which one we want to take up first? I'm okay with either of that.
MOC.
MOC?
Yeah, MOC, because Madhu is going.
Yes. So Madhu, in any meeting for any role, you remember last time when I was saying about Rajesh to do that table topic master role. For any role in Toastmasters, we need to understand three things. That is a PDA. PDA rule. Pre, during, and after. Now, after in the sense, now pre is any role, what are the setups, what are the arrangements you need to do to fulfill your role prior to the meeting.
Okay.
It can start from 15 days before. It can start from 1 month before. That is up to you. Okay. But you need to follow certain things. Number one is, actually speaking, Toastmaster of the day is the person who is supposed to manage that particular meeting entirely. No? Vice President of Education is getting the role players, the speakers and all these things. When the role players assigned, you have to get in touch with every role player to get their proper introduction. Okay. And if you get a lengthy introduction, you have the freedom to cut short it based on the time requirement, whatever you have. Okay. So you can use that freedom to use it. So first thing is that to get the introduction from the role players. Okay. If we are going to create a poster, you can collect the photograph of that one, hand over to VPPR for all these purpose. If you have it readily available, fine. If you are getting anyone externally from your club, now someone is not there in your club. So if you are getting them to do it, so definitely what you have to do is to get their photograph well in time, get their introduction well in time. That is one part. Second part is, say the role players always need to have the script ready. Say, for example, timer, grammarian, accounter, everyone, Toastmasters International gives a set of script. So check with them whether this particular role player is having that script or not. If they don't have it, share with them. You can get from someone. If it is there in our group, even if you check for our club group, it is there. I used to share quite often these scripts in the group. Yes, Pradeep. Unmute.
And today we are having our area director visiting us, Anish, for the first time. So Raj was talking today, this morning in the XCOM meeting. I think he has briefed with Madhu that we need to be our best, give our best today.
So, okay, Madhu, though you need to have your area director intro as well with you. Get in touch with Raj to get the intro, okay?
Okay.
And if area director address is there after you take over as a TMOD, it is your responsibility to introduce. Okay, then, so pre-thing, I was telling about now pre-thing. One is about role players assignment, their introduction, then about their pictures and photographs and all these things, then about the script, what you need to prepare. Like every role player got a certain script. Why we use script is that we often see that, the timer doesn't read, or he or she take their own time to explain the criteria. Sometimes they miss certain things or read the wrong timing criteria according to the agenda and everything. So you need to inform the timer, okay, we have 2 icebreaker speech, 4 to 6 minutes. So these are all the things to do for that. Close coordination with every role player. Then about the general, you can be in touch with the evaluator and ask whether the speaker gave the evaluation form to the particular evaluator or not. Actually, this is being coordinated by the general evaluator, but in our club, general evaluator roles are very limited. So that is the reason I'm telling you to TMOD to take care. That is, the evaluation form of the speaker need to be given to the respective evaluator. Okay. Now, one important thing before all this is when we set a theme for the meeting. Okay, there is a theme for a meeting. Now, normally, we set a theme for every meeting. So, assume what is the theme for today's meeting?
Believe and achieve.
Believe and achieve. Okay. So, what we need to ensure that the theme is designed or decided prior to that. So, all the role players try to be moving along with the theme. Now, see, when the grammarian gives the word of the day, it has to be some or other way
connected with
the theme, connecting with the theme. Okay, when you present your thing as a TMOD, as an introduction part of it, or even you need to do a lot of homework now, what you want to say at what interval. Say, if you are seeing about this particular theme, you can open the theme within a different way you want to. Then you can continue with the theme, and you need to wrap up the theme at the end of the meeting. So how we will do that, I will tell you. Okay. So we were saying about the pre-part, that is with the theme, aligning with the theme, giving the script to every role players, taking introduction from all the role players, and so once you are ready with this, you need to know where exactly I need to cut short the thing, where exactly I need to engage more. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is a pre-thing. Now, during meeting, it is your responsibility to run the entire show on time. First thing. So your time management skills are very important here.
Okay.
Now, assume we had a lot of guests. You have to watch like what is the time you have been introduced as a Toastmaster of the day. Suppose as per agenda, you are calling at 7:35. I'm just giving a number. Okay. 7:35, whereas you got it at 7:45. Assume you have a 10 minute, but don't worry. You are the manager for the remaining part of the show.
Okay.
Okay. Your responsibility is to bring it down and close it as per what we planned.
Okay.
So whenever we go for the segments, you need to ensure that because of the time constraint, you are trying to cut down. Suppose normally for introduction, it can take a 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. Sometimes it can be, but then for the sake of time, you can cut short with a single line introduction. Okay, though it is not recommended, but you need to do it because to manage the time within that thing. So you need to have prepared well. If it is the full time you are getting, how you are going to present it. In case if so suppose an introduction of a speaker, you underline some of the thing. One line which you keep it underlined. Okay, this thing anyway I wish to tell about the speaker. Okay, or even something you have observed about the speaker which is not in his or her intro, you can use that one also. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay, then after giving proper introduction of every role player is important because every one of us like to hear the better version of us, right? We wish to hear. Now it brings a smile on our face. It brings happiness. So they can do their job better than anyone else. So that is the reason we need to have a proper introduction. And same time, you give your proper introduction to the presiding officer that this is my introduction. This is how I wish to be introduced. Okay. So once you do that, you are introduced properly, you will be feeling, yes, I am introduced properly. It is my responsibility to take care of the rest of the thing. Now, when you do that during meeting part, first thing, as I said, you are the manager for that show. It is your responsibility to match entirely within the time frame given. Now, there are certain scenarios which goes beyond your control. How we will handle it, I will come later. So first thing is manage your time, introduce your role players well to the flow according to the situation, according to the theme. What you have to ensure that once the agenda, in our club, we don't do that adoption of the agenda during the meeting, but generally agenda is adopted saying that any changes or anything is, suppose one role player is not there, who is going to be instead of that particular role player, or is it getting divided into two or not? Suppose timer is not landed up. So who is the timer you are going to do with? Is it with Pradeep or with me or with Rajesh? If yes, Pradeep is another role player. I am also another role player. We have a constraint of role players. So you can request of someone to do this part up to this level. And then someone else, this all management you need to do. So first thing is, prior to meeting, at least 15 minutes before you try to log in. Number one. Once you log in 15 minutes prior, you have to check with your team, okay, all your role players are getting in or not. Keep a tick mark, no, who all are as your role players. Timer, 1, 2, 3, like 5, 6 roles are there, which is mandatory. So try to fix these things, whether you have these role players or not. Now, if the president happened to skip it, the moment you take over as the role, like a Toastmaster of the day, after introducing the theme and all, before introducing the role players, you have to inform that, okay, Vice President Education or the presiding officer, I understood from the floor there is no, now that the particular role player is not there, so who else is going to do with this thing? Or even during the preparation time itself, with a chat, you can contact who will be doing this role and all these things. So then in that case, suppose I am assigned as timer, I am not joining Rajesh is doing the timer role. You have to inform to the floor that, okay, Toastmaster, as per the agenda, it is so and so, but Toastmaster Rajesh will be the timer for today. Okay, then you take it. But that's why you need to have a intro. Whatever you feel about that person, you can. A person who is always committed and come forward whenever we are in distress. So with a huge round of applause, let me introduce Toastmaster Rajesh as today's time. You understood now how to create a tempo in that. Okay. So once you do that, the role player is taken over. You have ensured all your role players are there, because these are the team assisting you to run your show. So you need to ensure all of them are present. Now, as you have done, as you have all the role players with you, everything is perfect. Now, your responsibility is to tell about, because we, being a new club, will be having a lot of guests with us. So once you take the introduction part of every role players aside, before you go to the prepared speeches, you can tell that how Toastmasters education program is divided. Number one is prepared speeches. Okay. And second is table topic session or impromptu speaking session. Third is the evaluation session. Okay. And education session, table topic. And we have a special session, which is masterclass.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to introduce forehand to the audience that this is the order what you are going to follow today.
Okay.
Okay. So once you said this, we will be the entire meeting is divided into 3 parts: education session, table topic, and evaluation. Of course, we being a different club, we are having a session that is of masterclass. Okay, whichever way you want to put it across, you can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then once you declare that this is a sequence you are following, first thing is to evaluate the first speaker. Now, introducing before the speaker, what you have to ensure is that the evaluator is introduced. The evaluator of that particular speech. Evaluator, then speaker. Okay. Now,
First I have to call out speaker's name, or is it directly I can introduce the evaluator?
Yeah, you can. We have our next speaker, or the first speaker for today is Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty.
Should I give an introduction?
No. You name the speaker. Before introducing the speaker, let me introduce the evaluator, Toastmaster Peethambaran, for this. Now, or whatever you want to say about that evaluator, do it. Ask the evaluator to read out the objectives.
Okay.
The speech objectives. Okay.
Okay.
Once that speech objective is read out, he is giving back you the control. Then it is your time to introduce the speaker.
Okay. Evaluator first and then the speaker. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Now, while introducing the speaker, whatever you say, that is immaterial, whatever way you want to introduce. Two things you have to remember is, number one, you have to ensure that what is the project name he is following. That means the title, the project title. So you said about Pradeep Shetty, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, Pradeep Shetty is giving us his level 1 class speech today. Okay. With a speech title. Visualize. Something like that. Okay. Visualize Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. The floor is yours. This is how you need to say. Okay. So name, title, name. This should be the way. Now, why we are doing it is because to make whatever you said it before, after that, take a pause, tell the title and name, name and title and name.
Can you give one example?
Okay. Now, first speaker for today is Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. To evaluate Pradeep Shetty's speech, we have another exuberant Toastmaster, that is Toastmaster Rajesh, who is willing to come up with any role when we need. May I invite Toastmaster Rajesh Nirangari to read out the speech objective of Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. Now, assume I am Rajesh Nirangari. I am saying like this. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters. My speaker, Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty, is attempting his level 1 project 4 speech from the pathways, presentation mastery, and the project is about storytelling. I don't know what is the project. I just giving. Okay. The time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech objectives are: 1, the member to tell defined storytelling technique to the audience. Number 2, to mention his experience in the form of a story to the audience. I wish all the best to the speaker, and back to you, Master of Ceremony. Now, as Master of Ceremony, you are inviting Pradeep Shetty. We are eager to hear a wonderful speech from Pradeep Shetty. From his all the last speeches, what I noticed is that he's so eloquent, so dedicated to what he do. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty with a speech title, Visualize Your Dream. Visualize Your Dream, Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. The floor is yours. You understood it, Madhu? It is simple. Okay. Now this one, no, because of my experience, I am just making blah, 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 blah. But it may take a bit of time, but once you start practicing it, you will definitely do it. Okay. Now, once the speech is over, immediately it is your responsibility. Now, how a speech is over, you will understand. Either the speaker will show back to you or thank you, something like that. Then it is your role to immediately, the timer is showing 7 minutes, 6 minutes. So you can be standby, ready. Immediately, anytime I can expect the speech to be concluded. Once it is done, it is your responsibility to give up Now unmute yourself and give a huge round of applause to the speaker. You are the person leading. Assume this is in a physical scenario. You are the person leading the applause. Okay. So you have to applause, encourage everyone to give a reaction or a applause or anything, and ask them to give a feedback if you are following that system. Okay. Then you can tell about after the first mesmerizing speech, we have another speaker lined up, that is Toastmaster ABC.
So
yes, Madhu.
So in between, like the pinning the speaker and maybe if there is this thing, those things are handled by someone else.
That need to be done by the tech master. Tech master. You don't have to worry about all these things.
He will automatically push the link. The moment you see the link in the chat, you can just tell that, please give your feedback. That's it.
Okay.
Now, about the pinning and all, no? About the spotlighting the speaker and all, it will be done. It is speaker responsibility. You have nothing to do with that. Okay. Speaker want to, whichever way he can make a tech. We have a tech master to do it.
Yes.
You cannot do everything
there, so don't worry. Even the link will be posted automatically the moment one speaker is over. So after you say thank you very much. So let's give 1 minute of silence for the feedback to be given. So link is posted in the chat.
And one more important thing is, you being the master of ceremony, please always be on camera. What happens is the speaker, because we can see normally when we speak, many of them will be without camera. So we are speaking to a blank screen. At least you are one person and the evaluator is encouraging the speaker. Okay. That when he cracks some joke, yes, you give a smile. Okay. You encourage, you feel like your expressions can encourage the speaker. Yes, you are in the right track. Okay. So please don't go away from the camera at that time. Okay. So now the same sequence you can follow for the second speaker. Okay. Third speaker, number of speakers, whoever you have. Okay. Now, once you're done with that one, here is the time you can come back to your theme. So believe, what is the theme you said?
Believe and achieve.
Believe and achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I said in the beginning. If you believe, you can achieve. That is a true example when all these three speakers who believed in themselves come up, delivered wonderful speech to us today with loads of messages. Okay. Then once the speech is over, you can ask for immediately the voting. This you need to ensure. Okay. Voting for the speakers. Now, time disqualification part will be taken care later. Don't worry. Okay. Now, suppose I am the best speaker as per the voting, but I happen to be disqualified by virtue of time. Second person who is the best will be considered. Okay. So if you do all this preparation, your time can be saved. That is what I mean. Okay. Okay. So voting is done. Then you can say about table topic session. The most excited part of every Toastmaster meeting is table topic session. And to conduct the table topic session, we have a special, something, introduce that particular Toastmaster for that. Now, keep a momentum. You being the Toastmaster of the day, your energy level is what being displayed as that of club. Okay. So once you do that, you automatically get into that. You introduce table topic master. Then you can relax. The table topic master run the show for 10 minutes. Now, if you feel that, okay, you are already going to be over time, all these things. So you can ask table topic master to limit your question to 3 to 4 or 5, depending on the time scenario. Okay. Okay. So you have allotted 15 minutes or 20 minutes total for table topic, but out of 20 minutes, already 3 or 4 minutes over. So you need to tell to the topic master that even prior to that itself, you can tell that you limit your questions to this many. Okay. To manage the timing so that everyone knows that you all are crewed up well. Otherwise, table topic master will sing his tune. Oh, can I go for one more topic? And I am searching for this. This to avoid this. No, contact him and tell, look, buddy, you have only 12 minutes today. Please try to do the thing within that. So now, if I know I have 12 minutes, what will be my role is I will quickly jump into the thing and start doing it without wasting the time. Okay. So now assume you introduce table topic master. Table topic master finished. Again, your role is that to congratulate the table topic master. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand to Toastmaster Pradeep for conducting the table topic session so profoundly, and give a hand. Like you lead the applause. Once you do that, again, you can introduce about the general evaluation session, because the evaluation is the key for learning in Toastmasters, right? So you can tell one line about what session is going to happen next, then introduce a person who is leading that session. Okay. Now, these are the things. Now, assume he completed the evaluation. General evaluation session is completed. It took all the report, everything is done. He is giving back the control to you. Now, this is the time I said after the meeting. After the meeting, there are two segments, but first thing is this. Now, it is part of the meeting. Once you are handed over the control back, you have to thank everyone who helped you to conduct the show. Okay. And if you have anything to say about the theme, wind it up with that. Okay. On the theme. Don't let it kept open. Bring it and close your theme. Then you can thank every one of them. And you can hand over the control back to the presiding officer or whoever gave you the control. Okay.
Okay.
That is first stage of after the meeting part. Now, second stage is that you as a Toastmaster of the day personally thank every role player you took for this meeting.
Okay.
Since we only men are there, it is a way can say that after play series it is. You have done your part, you completed it, and you thank them that Toastmaster Pradeep, Toastmaster Rajesh, Toastmaster PB, whoever it is there. Thank them by a personal message that thank you very much for taking over the role of this one, making it a grand success for today. Look forward to see each other again in the next meeting. You leave this one-liner, and Madhu, believe me, next time when you ask for someone something, they will jump up to you. Okay? Because personal connection always work. Okay. And same goes with anyone who was there outside from your club. And if you don't know the contact of that person, you can leave a message to the Vice President of Education that this is what you want to share with that particular person. Write your name, last name, Toastmaster Madhu, TMOD on this day, and share it with your Vice President of Education. He will share, and with a request that to pass it to that particular role player who came from outside the club. Okay, so that is a thanking note. So this, if you do, this is the final stage of that A, that is after the meeting. Okay, so if you do this, I am sure preparation part we have done pre-meeting, during the meeting how to handle it, and after the meeting how to thank them and wind it up. Okay, so these are the things which we need to follow when you do the Toastmaster of the day role.
Okay, so it starts from after presiding officer until vote of thanks, right? Voting and awards.
Yes.
So every, including master class.
Yeah, everything is under you. Everything under you. Everything under you. You need to. It is like, see, the skills what we are getting through this is number one, time management skills. Number two is your quick response. How effectively you are responding to a situation. Now, in case if because you are the person being contacted by a role player. Okay. So in case any dropout or anything, you need to immediately respond. Okay, we have a dropout. Can someone help it? Now that you can do by asking on the screen, or you can letting know the people by a message, or the concerned vice president of education or presiding officer or anything, there is a dropout in case of anything. Okay. And once you do all these things on time, definitely you will be doing this particular role very good. I have no doubt in that.
Okay.
Okay. So that is about the Toastmaster of the day. Yes, Pradeep.
So after the master class, he'll be going ahead and introducing the general evaluator, or will both the evaluators will come and give their evaluation, and then the general evaluator will come?
Actually speaking, the general evaluation is done. The evaluation part is being controlled by the general evaluator. Actually, this is a scenario. Now, different districts follow different rules. Some clubs are there which they conduct everything and invite the general evaluator only for the final remarks. Some clubs are there for the evaluation session. Like yesterday, I was a general evaluator for a club. Okay, and if you see this now, if you see this, you have I have a screen sharing, right?
Yeah, I think it should be right.
Okay, now see, yesterday I was presenting this general evaluation report, Smedley Bahrain Toastmasters Club. Okay, so I was having like opening, what were the things done, TMOD, how it was, speaker, evaluator, table topic master, business session, report on timer, counter, grammarian, and my final comments on the recommendation part of it. So this is how I prepared for a GE report yesterday. Okay, so why we do this is to cover every role player and give the right feedback. If you don't make it in a proper way, you will not make, there are chances that you miss something and you mess with something. So it is always better to be prepared for that.
Got it.
So general evaluator in our club, you can ask, okay, general evaluator will conduct the evaluation or not. If not, you have to conduct it. Okay. Now from the agenda, you will come to know general evaluation. Yeah. Okay. If general evaluation, then it is coming evaluation 1 and evaluation 2. Then you don't have to worry. Your role is invite the general evaluator and sit and enjoy the rest of the meeting.
In the agenda, it is like that only in today's. First, after the master class, it is general evaluator.
Yeah.
Then the evaluator 1, evaluator 2 comes. Later, timer report and grammarian and general evaluator comments is coming.
Yeah, that is what the last general evaluator observations, final observations. So these are the things what we do to be a...
When I conclude, I will hand it over to presiding officer. Is it?
Exactly. Who invited you? Now, who invited you? Who introduced you is presiding officer.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in case if presiding officer is not in the floor, can happen like that. Immediately you can, the next person is vice president of education.
Okay.
Okay. If both are not there, any ExCom member can take over the role and continue with that. Okay. That depending on if any, yes, Pradeep.
As I told you, I have joined the local chapter of the club. Okay. So there I could see they are, even the timer is for TMOD also, they are getting the timing. For general evaluator also, they are getting.
I will tell you how it is.
AH counter also, I did not get these. I mean, can you?
Yeah, AH counter is our counter, that is which we don't do it in our club. Our counter is, the role of our counter is basically to listen to the speakers and anyone making a comment and saying, like, we intentionally or unintentionally always we have a tendency to recall something. We say like that, no? Okay.
Okay.
That then repetitive words. No, I think it is twice. We call it crutches. No? Crutches. It is like a crutches. No? And I or you know something like that.
Yes.
Where you find that it is repetitive and annoying, and it is basically not giving a good flow of the speech. That is AH or R count, R counter. Okay. So there are clubs which gives always keeping the timing from the first go onwards. Presidential address, if it is given in the agenda 3 minutes, we don't give such a detailed agenda. If it is a detailed agenda, some clubs give green, yellow, and red for everything. Okay. If it is a 3 minute speech given for a presidential address and introduction of guest, total it is say 8 minutes, 5 or 5.5 or whichever way, 6, 7, 8. So no, you can always at 6 minutes timer can show the green, 7 minute red, 7 minute amber, and 8 minute red. So the president also knows that this is how. So this is how some clubs conduct the meeting for having a better and absolute time management. So everyone is aware about now what he or she is doing, whether it is on time or not.
Okay. And for the TMOD time, PB, because TMOD starts immediately the moment the presiding officer hands over the total, meeting to TMOD. So the timing for TMOD starts from that time to the time he handovers it to the presiding officer.
Yes. Now here it is two way. There are TMOD introduces theme allotted 2 minutes. There are clubs doing like that. But actual time, the show time for you is you, and when you hand over the role to the next role player, suppose table topic master, now you took over for running the show, you completed the speeches. Now you have to ensure that you are handing over as per the agenda time for the table topic master. Okay. Then depending on club to club, how it is being, but you, in broad sense, you ensure that from when you introduce and the table topic session is given at say 7 or 8, 10, you ensure that you complete all these things. You introduce the table topic master 8, 10.
Okay.
Then it is his role. Once he completed, ensure that, okay, whatever time you got here is again, you need to manage 1 minute if it is there, you need to manage, but now while introducing all these things, you can be a bit speedy through to complete the thing on time.
Okay.
But it should not be at the cost of your performance.
Yes.
The running through, making it, but you ensure that you are calm and composed. And okay, in case everyone, if you happen to see that there is a delay is happening in every segment, you can ask the team that, okay, since this is happening, may I request the president to comment whether we need to conduct this particular session or not in the interest of time. Okay. Because you are the manager for that, but because of someone else's mistake, you don't want to be blamed later on. Madhu as a TMOD was a failure because it happened to be a late show. So you highlight it. Let the club decide. Okay, we will sit 15 minutes more to complete the session. Thank you very much. Then you are back to your energy and continue the thing. Okay.
So that has to be in the chat itself, right?
Yeah, you can. Even if you want to do it, but if you are making any decision, you need to inform that. Now that we will be deleting this particular session because of the time constraint like that. Even the parliamentary procedure says, if I want to delete one particular role from a meeting, someone need to present it as a motion. It need to be seconded by someone. The presiding officer need to ask for a vote for it. How many of you are in favor of this motion? How many of you are against the motion? If favor is having the majority, only club members are entitled to vote for that. Suppose we have 20 audience. No matter if the club members are only 5 and present, you are the authority to decide what time you want to stop it. So out of 5, 3 vote for it. Khalas, that item is deleted. Okay. That all things happen when you, unfortunately, in District 98, these parliamentary procedures are not followed. Whereas if you come to District 20 for a meeting, you will find that there is a motion, there is a procedure. You might have observed, Pradeep, last time, adoption of the agenda.
Yes.
Any changes? Okay, this will be doing. So who is no? So it is something a great learning. We know how to speak.
Yes.
So there are different ways to do it. Okay. So I hope, Madhu, it gives you a broad picture how you can be a TMOD. I know you have done your homework, but still the last minute, some sort of touch-ups will help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first of its kind. So yeah, this is the first of its kind. What I'm doing.
No. See, everything happens in the world for the first time.
Yes.
For the first time, it happened for the first time, right? Now, when you do this role, what all things went in your favor, what all things went against you. Okay, what was the thing? Just have a note of that. Keep an eye on when you do it next time. Next time, some other challenges may come up, but you ensure that it is getting mitigated every time, reducing that the thing. But it is, if you are prepared to take up these roles, to handle, how to do it in case of an emergency, in case of a situation where a role player is not there, what you will do next, something like that you can think of. Okay.
So what about theme related things like
theme related? As I said, when you open, you are introduced. You bring a quick, like a statement from your side, on what is the theme, how you are going to, or what is. You can even ask to the audience. Now this is a team. How many of you had believe in yourself and achieve that thing which you want to? Now there are different ways to engage with the team. Okay, but you have the theme.
Can the activities be included? Any activities? Short.
Yes, you can include it. As I said, you are the manager for the show. You can do it whichever way you want it. Ensure everything is done within the time allotted for you. That will increase the beauty of the thing. Okay. So I think that is pretty clear about the Toastmaster of the day role, at least a certain part. Now when you do it, you will sit and compare with both the things, what was said and how I did, how it is. Okay. Every time self post-mortem is good once you complete any role, whether I did justice to my role or not.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for last week's
recording. That is what I said. I forgot. I will share with you in the group. Because after a lot of things, it gets.
Yeah.
From my end also, the second episode is pending. I will do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. But on the icebreaker, I wanted feedback, like what could be improved, kind of a thing.
Yeah. See, we will do it next time. Next week we can include your speech and post-mortem.
Surgery will take time.
Surgery will take time. Yeah. Okay.
And one good thing happened is last week I visited that offline thing.
Yeah, Madhu, I came to know. Yeah. So
I was pretty nervous actually offline.
Yeah. Same too with me also. I was also shivering like this. Oh my God, what to? They called me 3-4 times to the stage simply.
I mean, they were awesome actually. They are really good.
All are engineering students. So
yes, they are students.
Oh my God, we should have
students, and they are incredible actually.
Yes. The beauty of offline meeting is now you will never feel that you are bored.
Yeah.
You're always first thing in online meeting. Even if we are in meeting, we are bound to look at the screen, the small device, and all this. In offline, it is completely off. Totally, no one is going to look into the screen until and unless there is a break or anything or something urgent comes up. Even we try to negate the call and move forward with the event. So that is a good thing. Offline meetings are always engaging and encouraging. Okay, now second part, what we discussed today is about the navigating through the Toastmasters portal.
Portal, yes.
Okay, so Rajesh ji, are you there? Okay, so if it is so, what I will do is I will quickly log into. Now you all have done it, I believe. Pradeep, you are doing it. Madhu, you did log into your website and
I did log in and I chose presentation mastery as the
okay.
pathway.
After your first speech, did you complete? No, did you look into that first part of it? How to go for the project and details? No. Okay. This is what. No, you have to do it first. Then you give your speech. Then you complete the after speech assessment. So it gives a comparison for you. Now here it is. How will I do the thing? Just have a quick look into that.
Yeah, PB, we have 12 minutes more to go.
Yep. I know. So that's why now quickly we will try to.
Yeah. Madhu, I'll go ahead and upload this video immediately right now only. So maybe within an hour it should be up, and I'll share you the link, because if you want to go through all the points which PB said, that would be great.
Yeah.
Rather than what you have made a note of.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yep.
So here it is now, the portal of Toastmasters.
We can't see it. Can you share? Yeah.
Now, can you see?
It's coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can see.
Okay. Here, the moment you ask for your password and the login ID and password, your email address and the password is given. This is the screen how it look like. The first thing we all need to concentrate now is about pathways, because we know what all the things we have now we are doing. Pathways, when you go for that, choose a path, go to Basecamp. Choose a path is for those people who hasn't selected a path. Go to Basecamp is for those people who already selected a path. So let us go to the Basecamp. Now here there are now say access my path through Basecamp. Now I made my club here. If you are more than one club member, it will be showing here many clubs name. Otherwise, which was the last selection, Falcon Toastmasters Club, it is showing here. Login as Basecamp manager is for president, vice president of education, and secretary. For those others, it is only go to Basecamp. So for go to Basecamp, we go for the, and once you go to Basecamp, here you can see the paths and learning transcript, speech evaluations, and third is tutorials and resources. Now, all these things can be seen here. Okay. Now, once you go for paths and learning, this is the about pathway part which we have selected. Now I am doing my, here you can see active path, active, completed, archive. Now here, if I do completed, it will be showing here what all the things path I have completed: motivation strategy, pathways mentoring program, presentation mastery, supplementary reading 1, all these things. This is icebreaker, evaluation resource. Now various things, whatever I did, downloaded and completed, distinguished Toastmaster project, all these things will be shown here under completed. Under active, the current one which you are into, 1 or 2 or whatever it is, it will be shown here. Once you select this, there is open curriculum here. Okay, I know I am going it a bit fast, but you can navigate it through. Okay, it is not that difficult. It is very easy. You can navigate it through this. Here you can see now you all are in level 1. So level 1, what are the things introduced? There is icebreaker speech. What you have to do is, the moment you see this, you have to launch it here. Activate it first. Activate, then launch. Now, once you do this, there will be a series of activities showing in that. Okay. Now, if I launch this one, activated and launch.
one question meanwhile.
Yep.
Like when I am introducing the speaker, so whether the evaluator will introduce for the project or should I introduce for the project?
You can evaluator is covering well and good, but at least you need to introduce the speaker, the speech title, that's important.
Yeah, but the pathway and
thing, if the evaluator said it, fine, you don't have to repeat it. Otherwise, you can say about the path and level he is trying to do it. Now see, this is how it is. Now, when you go for this particular screen, it will be showing like this. This is at the end of it. That is the reason it is showing here like that. Otherwise, it will be shown. Now, this is at the end. Okay. Once I completed completion report, complete your project like that. If it's in the beginning, it will be something. See, this is about the project introduction. It will be first when you open it, it will be showing like this. You may icebreaker activity about what is the project, how it is. You can have a thorough reading of all these things which will help you to understand what is your project. And you remember project checklist. We were saying about the project checklist. What is the purpose? Introducing an outline, how to make a speech, and all last time we discussed. I hope you remember that. Then it comes to your assessment about the speech before you do it. Okay. So that is important. How you will do it before and how you are doing it after. So before doing it, there is all this, since I completed it is not showing, otherwise it will show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then once I completed, then you go through this project, what is the requirement, how to plan it, all the details about the project. It is given here with even a video. See, icebreaker speech worksheet, download icebreaker speech outline worksheet. As we said last time, it is available there. Then you prepare it, how to draft your speech or this thing, write it out, remember your outline, connect with the audience. All these parts are there. Then rehearse with friends or family, which I said last time. Then timing, pacing, organization, all these things. Now, how to do it, everything is covered in this particular way. So if you start doing navigating through your website, every time when you do it, there will be something now which you will definitely learn into. So try to do it before you give the speech. Then the speech supposed to be, now see, I am giving a speech in the next meeting. I need to start preparing it. I need to go through the procedures. What is the project is all about? What all the content I should cover? Then I start writing the speech, preparing it, making it in the workable form, practice it, then I deliver a speech. So it is not like now overnight activity. You need to spend time to do it so that now you will excel it. Okay. We often see that now after giving multiple times a speech by a speaker, there is no much improvement because they are not following the procedures. They cannot blame Toastmasters for that because you haven't done your job well. So how you can expect someone else to tell you that you have done great?
Right.
Okay. So this is about a quick thing when it comes to the how to go with the project part. Now, I will share one more thing, that is when you go to here, I will go back to the home screen. Now, see, here you can see return to my Toastmaster profile. Okay. I think many of us in the club don't know how to update this part. pathway part, you can do it. Return to my Toastmaster profile. Once you go for it, what you can do is now to update whatever roles you have done. Remember, now see, educational awards, membership, my meeting tools. Now these are my club names where I am a member. On the left side, here it is, I am being a district official. It is showing for me to district. This here you can, when you do a particular role, you can update it here. Okay, education awards once completed, all additional roles. Now see additional roles here. If you have done timer role, you need to update it in your portal. These are like additional achievements. Now whatever, if I have got here general achievements or anything specific, I can update it here. Or whatever the roles, whatever the role you do, you need to update it here. Okay, so that when you complete your level 3, level 4 and move forward, if you don't complete your minimum thing, like before you, now there is a sequence. Now you have to do timer role, you have to do supportive role, you have to do Toastmaster of the day role, you have to do general evaluator role, you have to do general evaluator role before you complete level 3. Okay, so if you are not able to complete these things, it is not updated, your award part will not be considering because you haven't completed this part. So updating Toastmasters portal is also important after you do any role.
Okay, how do you update it, PB?
Yeah.
Can you just show? Click on additional roles.
Okay. Now, since my part is done, that is the only reason it is showing everything here. Otherwise, if it is no individual sponsorship history, membership, I don't know, order history.
About the additional roles.
Yeah. One second. Anything you update profile. Now, if you feel anything not connected with, you can immediately go for the search here and now new member profile sheet. Now it is this is another one, new member profile sheet. I will now update it and give to you in the chat box after the meeting.
Sure. That's
fine. Where to find it now, because I don't want to waste the time behind it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. So it is basically to update any role you do, you need to update it in the portal so that it is recorded with a date and time. Okay. General evaluator role, all these things. Since I've completed my part, that is the reason it is not showing for me how to do it, but I will do it again and I will update you. Okay. I think this is what navigating the portal is, again depending on what you want to learn out of it. The moment you get into that, you will learn a lot of that now, which many even seasoned Toastmasters may not be aware of. Because sometimes I used to get many messages and calls asking, bro, how we can move forward from here. Okay, so it happens. Okay, being so seniors now, like they approach me sometimes because I am into this and I try to do all these part very clearly. So they know, okay, I can be approachable and they will get a reply from.
Yes. Even I am also not used to the TI portal, but need to get acquainted with that.
Yeah. Get acquainted with that. Now it is something we all can know, the techie, all are well versed with the techie part of it. So it is not that old days how to navigate a website we don't know. Now everyone knows some or other way we can navigate through that website. Yes. Okay. So anything quick? Yes, Rajesh. No. You are not audible.
Not audible.
No. Yes, Madhu, from your side, anything quick?
No, nothing. I think addressed all.
So, okay. Yeah. Okay. Pradeep, you have anything?
Yeah, it was a good this thing. I made a list of all the things, but I think I need to go over this maybe once or twice more to understand it a little more better for the TMOD role. Thank you very much, PB, for this.
TMOD is your MOC, is it?
Yes.
Or is it?
Toastmaster of the day.
And see, one thing we have to always remember, Madhu, one thing I forgot to tell you, you need to, Rajesh, I will tell you how to do it. One more thing, when you address a person, don't just call TM Pradeep. No, you have to call Toastmaster Pradeep. Okay. A DTM, if it is distinguished Toastmaster, you need writing. Okay, TM, but when you spell it out, when you speak out, you need to call the full name, not short. Abbreviations are not accepted. Okay. Toastmaster Madhu, Toastmaster Rajesh, Toastmaster Pradeep, Toastmaster Peethambaran. This is how we need to. We can write it TM, absolutely fine. Okay.
So okay.
Yeah. Tell me.
Is masterclass also a part of some pathways, or is it independent?
No, it is internal. We are doing it for a learning education workshop. We can call it as an education workshop.
Educational. Okay.
Workshop.
Not a part of the pathway.
Not part of pathway. Pathway, when you go to level 4 and level 5, these things will come handy for you. Okay. When you do like prepare to speak professionally or arranging a podcast, there are a lot of series behind that. Like that, when you do it, you can do that. One important thing what I want to tell you is when you are doing your pathway and all these things, try to make a folder for you in your Toastmasters profile, like Toastmaster folder. Under that, every path, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 1 articles or whatever you are downloading from website, put it into that folder so that you can easily refer that one in a later time. Okay, so it will be handy for you. You don't have to go back to your internet connection and look into that where it is, what it is. So you have the evaluation resources, you speech written of that particular thing, include it in that folder to save and keep it. Okay. So anything else you want to ask? If not, Rajesh wanted to ask something, but unfortunately his audio is not connected well.
Yeah, he wanted to know where to download the resources, so I think you can send it in chat.
Yeah, I will share with you, Rajesh, by a WhatsApp message. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got your question. I will send you through WhatsApp message, or even if you require, by an audio.
And is there any common location or resources for this particular Toastmaster, like meaning club related things? Is there anything?
Resources for what? Resources for?
Resources that we use for this particular club. For example, the background, or maybe any such information related to our
club. Our club, if it is it is there in our social media account and our club chat group itself. Otherwise, Toastmasters website, if you have any doubt, you search there, type your query there and search it. You will get a list of activities. Out of that, you select it, and it is like a baby Google. When it comes to Toastmasters thing, go to Toastmaster website and do it, rather than going to some other website and asking about Toastmasters. Okay. That's it from my side. Rajesh, I will give you a call separately and discuss with you about that now, since you're having an issue. So is that okay, gentlemen?
Yes.
All the best,
thank
Madhu.
you. Thank you, PB. And all the best, Madhu, for today being a master of ceremony. You will rock it.
Yeah, thank you. I hope.
See, for me, it gives me a great sense of satisfaction when you people do it, and when I can see the difference in you.
Yes.
So it gives me a great sense of satisfaction. So that is more important.
Yeah, so I think it holds good. We always learn more by teaching.
Yeah, it is. Don't take it as a teaching. It is an interaction session where we both, where we all can interact and and if anything, if you find that something different than what I said, please come back and tell me. Okay, it is not that nothing wrong in. I am a open to accept person. If I made a mistake, I have no hesitation to tell that yes, you are right. and it was my mistake. I have nothing that like something different. No, I always keep it in that same way to accept wherever I feel that I am wrong. If someone points me out, I'm okay for that. Okay.
Thank you. Happy
So
learning.
Bye.
let us say bye for now. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, PB. We'll meet today evening. Yeah. Bye. All the best.
Bye.
Bye bye.